Hi, guys.
Hey.
What is going
Hello.
on? Oh my gosh, I have so many people. I want to just make sure everyone's here and that we are ready for this beautiful night. This is, a little different, right? A little different because I usually go live during the day. And the reason why I do it is because it's quiet. I'm like literally in the corner of my bedroom right now. I love your background, Susan. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Uh, but the reason why I want to have your beautiful faces on here is because I want to talk to you guys. I want to know what's going on with you. I have so much I want to share with you, and I really feel like every week I get an opportunity to really like connect with you. But I want this to be your opportunity to connect with me. So this is kind of interactive. So if I say something and you want to chime in, go right ahead. Okay. But my goal for tonight is to go over what's transitioning for us this month, what we're leaving behind, what we're stepping into for December. But then I want to go into this reading with a little bit of a different approach. So, what I want everyone to do is kind of like to identify the one thing that's holding them back, right? So, just kind of like really sit with yourself for a minute and see like what is holding me back. And many of you think you know, right? But you don't. So, by show of hands, do you know what's holding you back? Laura, yes. Carrie, no. Okay. So tonight's reading is going to identify this block, this weight that's holding us down. All right. Now, does that mean it's going to be removed and tomorrow you're going to have this whole brand new life? No. But it does mean that once we can identify it, we can heal it and we can fix it. See, I used to think that contrast was bad. I used to think that negativity was bad. But I realize now that's where your power and your source comes from. You see, when we identify what hurts, what we don't like, what we don't want to tolerate, what we feel bad about, then we're empowered to change it. So the month of December is 100% like, I know we're all adults and I know this is our life, but I'm guilty of feeling like at times you're just going through the motions, right? Or life is kind of just happening to you. Or I can blame other people, let's just say, like, oh, there's a reason why I'm not losing weight, or there's a reason why I'm not making money this way, or I don't have this car. I'm just using examples, right? There's a reason. And the month of December is this really raw energy. There is no reason outside of yourself for why you do not currently have or live the life you desire. It's a heavy concept, it's a heavy energy because it's placing blame and responsibility on the self. And I don't like that. Nobody likes that. Like, I would much rather blame my 30 pounds weight gain on my hormones. But you know what? There are many people who are in menopause who are fit as like and fabulous. So what is it? Just my hormones? But she's like 60 years old and looks better than me. So is it really the hormones? Now, there are outside factors that can make the road more difficult. But the responsibility is 100% on ourselves. Okay? And not many of us want to hear that. And here's what I want to say. It's not your fault. However, it's a result of years of sloppy, unaligned creation, out of alignment. So you've been creating from a place that is not your higher self. So you're getting less than what you really desire. And the reason why you want a BMW or a vacation home, or you want the lover in the bed, or the house of your dreams, is because you think these things will make you happier in the having of it. And that's the only reason why you want it, is because you are aware that you are not happy for some reason. And you believe these things will fill that void. Yeah, we all agree? Okay. So the key to this is awareness. You could read every spiritual book from now until the day you die, and there's a common theme in every book: becoming aware of the self, aware of the divine, aware of this energy, aware of the universal laws. The true secret in The Greatest Secret, if you have not read The Greatest Secret, please buy it today. The Greatest Secret by Rhonda, what's her last name? I can't even think of it right now. Someone help me out. Burn?
Rhonda Byrne.
Right, Rhonda Brine? Is that it? I can't even think.
Byrne. B-Y.
Yeah. Oh, you have it?
Yes.
Okay, so Shelly, have you read it? Well,
No, I just bought it.
do you know that I was not going to say anything about the book. I've read the book 6 months
Just
ago.
bought it.
Don't ask me why I said it today. So that was a Cledon moment for you, that you're on the right
So
track.
maybe I should be reading this weekend instead of what I'm reading.
No, you need to read that book immediately.
Okay.
The book will change your life, because it talks about The Greatest Secret, which is the sequel of The Secret. And it talks about the only thing your body desires is a state of awareness. I am aware that I am happy. I am aware that I am unhappy. I'm aware that there's COVID. I'm aware that there's illness. I'm aware that there's death. I'm aware that there's pain, right? Awareness. So what is it in your life right now that you are aware of that's lacking, that's missing, that's holding you back? Can you kind of like see it? Yeah. And now we're going to do the energy test, right? We're all about energy. And I want you to do this on your own. Don't say it out loud. If you feel uncomfortable, you can shut your video off. But we need to really see where our vibration is. You might think it's weight loss or this or that. So this energy test is going to show you exactly what is holding you back, right? So take a minute and close your eyes. And I'm going to ask that you put up your hand, and we're going to take our pointer finger to our thumb and make like a little circle. Okay. We've done this together. Yes. I think we did this once. Okay. When you ask yourself a truth statement, and you make a statement that is true, and you try to open up your fingers, let's say, I'm holding it now. It won't open, because a truth is grounding. A truth is secure. A truth is binding. It's real. When you make a statement that's false, your energy will open because it's weak. It's not present in your body. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example of this, and then we're going to take a minute, and you're going to try to do this to identify your points of pain. So I would say, my name is Larissa, and then I'm going to take my finger and try to open it. My name is Larissa. Okay. Like, just kind of hold it and do it. Do it for yourself. My name is Larissa. I am 45 years old. I have 3 kids. I love my husband. I want a BMW X7. Yeah, I do. I am a millionaire. Okay. And it opens because it's not true. It is not valid in my energy. Ready? This one. Okay. I love cats. No, I do not. There's nothing about me that likes cats. I'm sorry from all my cat lovers. I don't like cats. So we're going to play around with this. So take a minute. Don't look at me. Do your thing. And I want you to kind of ask questions about your life. I'm happy. with my house. I'm happy with my body. I'm happy with my money. And really find out what is secure and what is broken. Oh, sorry. Okay. So take a minute and do that. And then we're going to, I'm going to come back. I'm going to get a sip of water and then I'll come right back. All right, guys. How do we feel? A few more minutes? Are we good? Barbara, how do you feel?
Oh,
Oh,
ah,
Barbara, I just want to hug you. What
you can hug me.
can you share what you worked out?
It's not, has nothing to do with the family. It has nothing to do with, the choices that I've made to the point that I'm at today. It just really has a lot to do with, well, when I say family, I mean like my immediate people I live with.
Correct.
But a lot of what stops me is probably my relationship with my mother.
Wow.
And I've known that for a very long time. And Jessica's actually here because I invited her.
Hey, Jessica.
And like she knows because we've talked about it a lot. And it's something that even right now, the last couple days since the full moon, like I can't sleep more than an hour at a time. And I've tried meditations, I've tried everything. Yeah. And I pop up and the heaviness is overwhelming at this point. It's to the point that like when I am sleeping, I'm crying in my sleep. Like I wake up and my eyes are just like, it's horrible. So,
Barbara, and you and I can talk privately, but right away what I'm hearing is there's this need to let go and surrender the control to fix what cannot be fixed. We don't choose our family, but in some ways we did. Like, I believe, right, that we all showed up to be here as a collective with the people that are in our lives. And your mother is teaching you a very valuable lesson of what you will and will not tolerate in life. And just because she's your mother and you love her, under no circumstances does somebody else get to have control over your own happiness. And sometimes we have to just put people aside and not let them go. Like, that's not really realistic to say, I'm just going to cut my mother off. Like, I don't think I could do that. I don't think you can do that. But I do think that not being able to save or solve or fix or heal needs to be able to become a new reality for you because you're such a giving person, right? And I think everybody can relate to what Barbara's identifying. So I'd like to give you this image, Barbara, and anybody else, right? Whatever your problem is, do you have it in your mind? Carrie, do you know what you want? Laura, do you know? Marissa, Deborah, yeah? I want you to just make believe you're getting a suitcase and you're opening up that suitcase. They're literally showing me a suitcase. And I want you to just kind of put it in the suitcase. And I kind of want you to take it and like you're going on a trip and you're packing up all your shit, the bad shit, the crap. And I want you to go to the train station. And I see this beautiful train. And I want you to put the suitcase down. It's heavy. It's big. It's clunky, it's old, it's worn, and you put it down by your side, and your train comes, and you get on it, but you don't bring the suitcase with you. You know what? You haven't forgotten them. You haven't forgotten it, but you're going to go on this trip and you're going to keep coming around until that suitcase is ready to be a part of your world. Nope, not yet. Okay, I'm going to wait, you ready to play my game? Nope. Okay, we're going to keep going. Do you know that when I started this journey, I lost people in my life? And guess what? I still kept going. And guess what? They came back around. Just because they weren't ready when I was ready doesn't mean that I should stop. Wait, Laura, who's on the phone? Laura, who is that? I can't see. Is that Zarai? Zarai! Hi, gorgeous.
Say hi.
Hi, Zarai.
In Chicago traffic.
Keep her on the phone. She can hear us. Okay. So, Barbara, is this making sense to you? Do you have this visual? I'm a very visual person, guys. Deborah, Shelley, Rosario, Jessica. Yeah, like does this connect in some way?
Yeah, it makes sense.
It connects even more from something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the full moon came, right? But the energy's still like hovering over us. So what's happening in December is you are stepping into this boss energy. If you owned a company and someone showed up late for work, did a half-ass job, took 3 weeks vacation, was a disgruntled employee, would they have a job every day? You'd fire them. Or you'd let them go, or you'd put them on notice, or give them a warning. But yet we have people in our lives that we let treat us like shit, or we let them, just not be a part of the life we want to create. So what I'm asking you to do is not forget your loved ones, not cut them off, but just put them to the side for right now. Because Barbara, what you're seeking, you are seeking basically approval from someone who will not give you that right now. And you're fighting her. Love me, approve of me, tell me I'm enough, believe in me, be proud of me. But Barbara, you need to go on this ride without that. And you can. She has her path and you have yours. Live your path. Just because she gave birth to you doesn't mean she gets to ruin and rip your happiness out of your life. My mother is not here. It's the first Thanksgiving I'm going to have without her. I think about that and I think, I know that maybe your mother in the physical, Barbara, is not giving you the support you need, or maybe it's your husband, or maybe it's your wife, maybe it's your best friend, maybe it's your sister. There's somebody in your life that's not giving you what you need. Maybe it's the lover that's not coming, the money that's not coming. But why do we wait and put it all on pause to say, all of a sudden, if we had that, now I can be happy. Now I'm worthy. My mother loves me. My mother approves of me. My husband thinks I'm amazing. Now I am worthy. Somebody saw what a good employee I am. Now I'm worthy. It goes back to the concept. Everything, every problem, and in every way goes back to your worth. The reason why you are unhappy is because you think that in the absence of what you're seeking, you are not worthy until you get it. And you must go into December. I am worthy as I am. I am worthy now. I will not spend one more day denying myself my worth. It's not about the money and the cars and the success and the trips and the the perfect body and the designer shoes and the designer bags. These things are nice. I like it. And whoever said you cannot be spiritual and have the finer shit in life is a liar, okay? Because that's ridiculous. To think that because you're a spiritual healer, you can't enjoy the riches of the world, that's the biggest BS I've ever heard. You should be treated like gold. If you want something, you should have it, but please do not attach your worth in it. That's the problem, is when you attach your worth to anything outside of your source, you are not in alignment for your higher power. And I don't care if it's your mother, your lover, or your children. Does that make sense, guys? So, I believe in affirmations, and I have my own, right? We're all going to do them. Whatever you're battling, I want you to be committed to writing one affirmation a day for the next 30 days. Because you have to retrain your thoughts. If you can keep it to a one topic, I think it would be more successful. So health, love, weight loss, money, career, intimacy, like whatever's really like, what we did the test on, right? So Barbara is focusing on what she doesn't have with her mother. And every day she wakes up and she doesn't have that relationship with her mom. By show of hands, can you guys relate to her in some way? Maybe it's not about mother-daughter relationship. Yeah. Rosario, can you relate? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So Barbara, you're not alone. But Barbara's so focused. She's so in it right now. She's deep, deep in the forest of like the fiery pit of hell. Okay? This is hell. This is what hell on earth is right now. She's trapped in her mind. She can't shut it off. She goes to bed. It's all she thinks about. She wakes up. All she thinks about, and then she picks up TikTok, and then she sees my video, and then she thinks about it. No, I'm just kidding. All she thinks about is what is missing. Okay. Whatever you think about will be about. Whatever you focus on will be. You are the boss of your mind. The December energy is being the boss of your thoughts. You are giving your mother power over your thoughts. She's winning every single day in every single way. She's going to bed. She has no idea you've been up for 8 hours obsessing over this relationship. She has no clue. And it's tearing you up inside. And you know what's going to happen to you guys? If you don't get in alignment, this disalignment will cause disease in the body. Stress, ulcers, anxiety, depression, hormonal deficiencies, whatever it is, it's created here. Affirmations are a way to focus on what you want. So, Barbara, I need you to be my example right now. Don't tell me what's not working with your mother. Don't tell me the problems. Don't tell me your current reality. Barbara, tell me your future. Close your eyes. And I want everybody to do this on their own personal journey. If everything was right, Barbara, and just unmic Barbara, if everything was right in your world, what does that look like? Can you share?
If everything was right.
Go simple. Go simple. Go very, very simple. It's Thanksgiving. What does the perfect Thanksgiving look like? I think for me, it would be showing up in like the hottest mini skirt, like a size 2. No, I'm just kidding. And some like red leather pumps, like, what's up, everybody? No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I just want to make you guys laugh. Barbara, it's Thanksgiving 2024. What's it like?
My mother would be visiting for the first time.
Yeah. So Barbara, close your eyes. And I want you to be in your house, and I want you to see the kitchen, kind of like, is the football game on? Is music on? Is everybody happy? You're cooking, you've been preparing, right? Like the energy in the house is warm. I can smell those awesome, sweet potatoes and the pie. And it's just like the wine is flowing and the doorbell rings. And who's there? Do you answer the door? And how are you greeted by her? What's that embrace like? Barbara, if that's the future you want, you have to focus on that. You cannot focus on your current reality because you're just going to get more of it. Susan, if you want your friend to be at your next Thanksgiving, focus on that. Don't focus on the fact that she's moving. Maybe you guys are going to find a place together. Delilah, focus on having a brand podcast where you're making money in your sleep. Shelly, focus on writing a book. Why are we focusing on what we don't have? Laura, 2024, are you married? Do you have a partner? Maybe he has a daughter and your son has a sibling, right? If you can't see it, it will never come to be. I saw you guys in my dreams. I really did. Way before you showed up. You are the creator of your reality. And I'm going to say this one more time. If you are unhappy, if you are not living the life you desire, it is because you are being sloppy with your thinking and visionary work and your dreaming. And I know it sounds like bullshit, but your way isn't working. Your way, what is it changing? So this is the worst it's ever going to get for you, right? This is a big problem right now. So try something different. If you really want change in your life, you have to do the work. Don't tell me you want to run a Fortune 500 company and be the CEO of freaking Google and you're not going to work. You're only going to work 1 day a week. It doesn't work that way, right? Am I wrong? Honor the fact that you are a co-creator of your current reality. That doesn't mean that we accept people mistreating us. We accept abuse of any kind. We accept narcissistic relationships, violent relationships. We don't tolerate other people's crap. But what I am saying to you is that if there's something that's happening that you don't like, you are a match to it. Something in your energy is allowing you to be a receiver. And that's where you need to take ownership. Okay? Carrie, what are you working on? I'm putting you on the spot. Hi.
My internet is kind of lagging, but
Okay.
I will say, a long story short, grew up in a small town. My parents stayed together because of the small town, didn't want to be talked about, divorce thing. So, but they probably should have when I was younger. My dad was an alcoholic, but I love my dad to death. And then I moved to Florida. I just left for 7 years for opportunity for work. And so I've always been chasing, hard work or money, just mostly to get out of debt, college debt and things like that. But then my dad got sick with cancer. My mom got sick with rheumatoid arthritis. So I moved back in 7 years. And then that was when I was turning 30. Well, I think it was before I turned 30, but he died the year I turned 30. I got married the year I turned 30, became a stepmom the year I turned 30.
Wow.
So it went like this, and then it went like this. And then the pandemic hit. And so now I'm 34. So for the past 2 years, it's been I've worked from home anyway since before the pandemic, but then it was homeschooling, working from home, the pandemic, and it's been a lot of self-aware. So I've always been one I've had a lot of vivid dreams my whole entire life. I've always felt like I've been called to do something, but I can't figure out what it is.
That's okay.
And so I just find myself ADD like everywhere. But this past year, it was a down, and now I'm finally going up and becoming like really self-aware of a lot of things in my past. But I like what you said earlier when I first came on. I don't stay there very long, but it does make me realize that that's why I am the way I am today, because of empath, because of my dad was an alcoholic. So I'm like, should I go in this room? Can like read people and stuff. So long story short, so I saw your post, so I hopped in here.
Well, what I'm going to say is that most of your work, to everybody, most of your future is stemmed from your own traumas and like wanting to like help somebody out. So like, let me give you this concept of how, when God is giving started, right? I had a spiritual awakening. I had these gifts, pretty much exactly what Carrie is saying. I just didn't know how. I didn't know where all these people were going to come from, but I just felt like this calling to do more for the world. And I literally just had this vision, like imagine yourself climbing up a ladder and you get to the top and there's people coming up behind you. So now you're at the top, you're on the ledge, and you literally just are reaching your hand down and helping that person up. They're literally just one step behind you. Your clients are usually you a year ago, you 3 years ago, you 5 years ago. Your clients in the law of attraction, right, are mirroring your path. So whoever you're going to help or whoever you're going to support, most of the time has been down a similar road. You don't need to be a guru. As a matter of fact, if someone says they're a guru, run. Because we are constantly learning. We're forever growing and forever evolving. No one is an expert. There's no like, I'm better than anybody. There's no, you reach this level and then you're the shit. All it is you're just further ahead than the person behind you. And that's a huge concept to grasp onto, because when you get it, you're like, oh, I can do this. I can do this. So you don't have to know what to do. You just have to know that you're just helping someone out. And what's going to happen is you're going to help one person. You're going to help another person. You're going to help another person. And then before you know it, you're going to start to see that you're really good at helping someone in this way. Like Susan is Reiki. This person is right. And all of a sudden, you're going to find your strength in how to help. That's all you do. Don't put pressure on yourself to say, I'm a psychic, I'm a medium, I'm an intuitive. Now, you're Laura, you're Barbara, you're, Jessica. I'm Larissa, and numerology is a path that I can support you in. You understand? So the thing that's holding you guys back, and I think it's very can we all let's see if we could all unmic and say one word. I want to see if we could all say the same word. The one thing that is holding you back or holding me back is, on the count of 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Me. That's it. My God. That's it. So take a minute and close your eyes and just kind of place your hand over your heart and invite your angels into this space and just ask them to come forward. Thank them. You know, this is Friendsgiving. It's about being in gratitude and being grateful. And I want you to create a commitment practice to your angels. You know, kind of say, I'm sorry. I've been a little off my game lately, and that's okay. Been beating myself up a little bit. But I want you to create this exchange. I will give to you, and please show me the way to this. Very much of like a giving and receiving energy. So I will give to you a sacred practice of affirmations daily, gratitude daily, or supporting other people, whatever feels good to you. I'm going to share with you what I've been doing. And then when you create this practice, I want you to really just ask them to show you the way to get to your path. Okay. So take a minute. And this has been part of my new path. I'm going to share this with you guys. Wow. So every morning I've been waking up and I've been making sure that I do not open TikTok. Bad girl. I'm addicted to I'm a TikToker, and I love me some TikTok. So I grab it in the mornings. And you know what? That's not okay. Because the morning time is my time with spirit. And the second you turn on your emails, the second you turn on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you break that energy flow. And I know this, but I'm a human being, and it's right there on my phone. Right there. Now, let's just be real here. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. If I don't touch that phone and look at TikTok, is my world going to explode? Can TikTok wait? Can Instagram wait? Nothing should come before your time with spirit. Okay? If you're not a morning person, this should be the last thing you do before you go to bed. Okay? So it's either going to be first thing in the morning or last thing at night. And this is a sacred practice. So what I've been doing is I bought this book. I'm all about numbers and laws of attraction and universal laws. And this book is by Robert Greene called The Daily Laws. And what it is, it's meant to be a book of divination. So every day you turn to it, like November 22nd. And I actually use it like a journal. So not every day do I write in it, but I literally will open it up and then I'll just write like my own little notes right on the book. Okay. So every day is a different message, and it's meant to be used with the calendar. Now, as a numerologist, right, I know that the energy of the 23rd has a very unique energy. So I use that in combination with this, and then I just write to spirit for 5 or 10 minutes. And when I really started doing this, guys, my entire world kind of came into alignment. It was very weird. I surrendered my energy to growth of being a content creator. Like I wasn't like, why is my growth so slow? And then I gained 100,000 followers in a week when I started doing this. It all goes back to your sacred practice. Okay. Spirit will give you what you want, but what are you going to give to spirit? Does that make sense? It's not like give me, but I'm trying to say there has to be this exchange of worth and value, okay? So I want to read to you November 23rd. I have not read it today because I purposely waited to read it with you guys, all right? So today is November 23rd. It is it says, admire human greatness. Admiration is the polar opposite of envy. We are acknowledging people's achievements, celebrating them without having to feel insecure. We are admitting their superiority in the arts or science or in business without feeling any pain from this in our own lives. But this goes further. in recognizing the greatness of someone, we are celebrating. Wow, this is exactly what we talked about. We are celebrating the highest potential of ourselves. Wow. We are experiencing what we see is the best in human nature. This is admiration. And when we see and admire greatness in someone else, it elevates us above the pettiness of the day-to-day life. And it gives us a purpose and a drive to strive for our own greatness. Although it is easier to admire without a bit of envy, those who are dead try to include at least one living person in our thoughts. Okay, so don't just admire the dead. They want you to focus on the living. If we are enough, then we will understand that this admiration can also serve as a model for our path. This is the law of human nature. Beware of your ego. Beware to envy others, for it will stop your own greatness. Wow. That's kind of cool, right? And what did I say? Like, there's no experts, there's no gurus. It's just a reflection of what is possible for you. So it's interesting because we're moving into December, and I'm asking you to take responsibility for what you don't have. So part of your homework assignment is to really look at someone's life that you admire. Okay, this is going to be hard. Who do you admire? Why do you admire them? What is it about their lives that you admire? And realize that if this person you have such high admiration for, that is a sign that you are able to have the same greatness. And I want you to kind of use this as a copy model. What do I mean by that? I do this a lot in my content creation. I see something amazing, and then I use it as an example. Sorry, I dropped the cards. I use this as a source of inspiration. When I see somebody with 10 million followers, I literally say, I see you. I'm proud of you. And if you can, I can have 10,000,001. It's that simple. Laura, you've been very quiet, my dear. Are you enjoying this? Down on the bottom? You're new to the tribe. How are you liking this? This is different.
Me, Laura, or the other Laura?
You, Laura.
Oh. Yeah, this is it's super powerful, and I definitely related to what you just said. I actually just got off. So I found you through Anita. You did the call with Anita for our private group.
Yeah.
And just today I had a one-to-one with Anita, and I was saying, I'm so excited for everyone who's making big, jumps and, taking big action, and things are starting to fall into place for them. I'm actually so happy, but, I struggle with like, oh, I wish I was like there, like I'm so excited for them, but I wish things were starting to align for me.
But they are.
So, yeah. So, the thing is that I have to start looking at all the little things that are aligning and stop taking them for granted. So it's kind of like, it's a similar conversation to what we were having earlier today. So, yeah.
What you just said was super cool, because in the awareness that it's out there is an awareness that it's not present in your life, right? Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a personal question. Is there something in me that you admire?
Yeah, your energy and your spirit, like.
All right, my energy and my spirit, perfect. So can you sit there and then implement my same energy on a smaller scale? Mm. Because if you can do it for one person and I can do it for 100 people, it makes no difference. We're still doing the same thing. So if there's something in me that you admire, or in your mother or your best friend, you need to use the copy model. Take what you admire and then apply it in one small action in your own life. And that's how it grows. Laura, I don't even know how many years because my time base is so off, but let's just say 3 years ago, I had no clients, no following, and no community. If I can, you can. I am no different than you. I am not an expert. I am not a guru. I am you, but I'm just 3 years ahead of you. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to my chapter 100. You're just getting the book out of the bookstore, and I'm on the conclusion, and I'm going to the sequel. Don't compare, because we're not on the same storyline. How can you tell me I want this big following? Laura, I put out 3 to 5 pieces of content 7 days a week on one platform. TikTok, and then I go to Instagram, then I go to Facebook, then I go to YouTube. But I wasn't that way 3 years ago. So take what you like, take it, and do it on a small scale. And I promise you, it will grow, it will manifest, it will blossom. You want to write a book? You need to write one word. That turns into a few words. That turns into a beautiful sentence. That turns into a summary and a paragraph and a chapter. Start your page 1. And I promise you, you'll get there. So how's that feel?
I actually have like chills just because. So yeah, so my conversation with Anita earlier was so similar. Like we were saying, start step by step. But I actually did my first live tonight on Instagram, and I did it with Anita, so she joined me. And so like that was my first little step of I was saying I need to push myself out of my comfort zone. And it was so interesting because she said, okay, so Anita asked me a question. She goes, you have 100,000 followers. What do you want to do with them? Like, what are you going to do next? And I was like, I didn't think about it. I didn't think of what the vision is past trying to build. Be
careful what you wish for. I have now, I think it's 400,000 followers on TikTok. But I'm no different than when that number said 4,000, 40,000, 50,000. And I'm not going to be any different when it says 4 million. I want you to write this sentence down, and I want you to leave it blank, and you're going to complete it. Actually, you should complete this every day for the month of December, one sentence at a time. And this is how you manifest. I am certain that. And you fill in the blank. I am certain that I will have 1 million followers. I am certain that I will be healthy. I am certain that I will whatever. But don't write it unless you feel it. Because if you got to stumble and you got to fumble and you really want to say a but at the end of it, you're not certain. I am certain that I will be a millionaire. And I could say that. 3 years ago, I couldn't. I am certain that I will be the number one. That's my ego. But I will be, known as a spiritual creator, whatever it is, right? I am certain that I will have an oracle deck. Only say it if you know it's to be true. All right. Now I've pulled some cards for us, and it's pretty interesting because I pulled 4. And the first one is kind of like the current situation. And the second one is what's coming to us. So that's the advice. But card 3 and card 4 are what's kind of holding us back. Again, they all go together, right? So in the beginning of this, we've been on now for, oh, wow, an hour and 10 minutes. Sorry, guys. You're probably, do we need to do a stretch? Do we need to like get up and like have like a little dance party or something? Like, oh, okay, stretch it out. So hang on. I don't want to waste your time. I'm sorry. You know, I can hang out with you guys all night. But if you need to get water or do something, go right ahead. So I went into the numerology deck. Okay, an oldie but a goodie. And it's so interesting because we're in a year 5. 2021 is a year 5, and I pulled out the 55. Whenever we have a double energy, it's stepping into a mastery level of energy. So the 5 is great change is upon us. And that's what's happening right now. Lots of changes in our physical world, in our financial world, in our emotional world, in our energetic world. I'm talking real deep-rooted change. You know, Barbara is about to remove herself from her mother. That's a big change. You know, Laura is about to find her husband. Big change. Laura, I'm sorry. I just want to be invited to a wedding, guys. Like, come on, somebody get married and invite me. Let's go. You know, but it's interesting to me because when I say change, you think, oh, you know, no, massive change. And the exercise that I did with Barbara, what is Thanksgiving like in 2024? That's the kind of change I'm talking about. Drastic. They want you to look at your life right now and give me the better version. Give me the version that's quote unquote perfect and, you know, like no hiccups. If I was your fairy godmother and I came in with my wand and I went poof, what would that life look like? Because the double 5 is spirit saying, give it to us. Tell us not what is present. Tell us what you truly desire with belief, without resistance, and what you are certain of. And if you don't know what you're certain of, do this exercise every day for the next 30 days. And I guarantee you, buckle up, Buttercup, because you're going to be on a crazy adventure. I have a private client. She's a little famous, so I can't really say who, but, you know, she was in a relationship and I knew from the beginning the relationship wasn't good, but I cannot tell you what to do with your life. So I kept pointing things out to her. How does this feel? What do you feel? And walking her on this journey. And she started to realize that the person she had been giving all her time to was not anything like she wanted to be with. It was like the opposite of the person she wanted to be with. So when she finally let go of this relationship, I told her, you should be out there dating. I need you to release him and open yourself up to the possibilities. And within 48 hours, she was on a dream date with the man of her dreams. And she called me up today and she says, please, dear God, someone pinch me. All the work we've been doing together, it's like he showed up at my damn door. Like, how did this happen? When it is spirit-led, when it is aligned, when it is for your higher power, it is effortless. It's like, yeah, you might have to do some work, but it's like you're enjoying it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're excited to do this. It's not painful. So spirit wants you to get ready for this adventure, all right? Because your life is about to have a 380, like a complete, right? And you're going to feel the burst of magic is going to come in. This is one of my favorite cards. This is actually a different deck. I don't know if you guys can see it. And it's a 48. Next month is an 8 energy. And the 4 is building a new, solid, secure future. So here we are. We've got our adventure. Great change is upon us. Massive change. And the change that's coming in is for growth. It's for expansion. But you got to make sure that you're communicating what you want. Otherwise, you're going to have mishaps. All right. And this is the I am certain exercise. This energy, this burst, right? Think about it. When we plant a seed, we plant the flowers, and then all of a sudden the flower blossoms. Now you can smell it. Now you can see its beauty. And that's literally what's happening to you guys. You are being asked to open up, to really show who you truly are. Show the world. You are literally going to be giving this lightness into the dark. And it's literally like magic. All right. Now, the next two cards were in reversed, which means this is a potential future if you seek it. All right. The first one is a spiritual career. And that is a number 78, which is also financial freedom. And the last card is a willing release. What this says to me and what I'm hearing is that spirit cannot give you your wishes. A spiritual career doesn't mean you have to be a Reiki master like Susan. You don't have to be, a numerologist or a light worker. You don't have to be exchanging money for your spiritual gifts. A spiritual career is what we talked about 5 minutes ago. What are you going to give to receive your dreams? How are you going to do some good in the world? How are you going to help people? How are you going to climb that ladder, reach your hand down, and pull your sister up? Because that's all I'm doing. I got you, Barbara. I got you, Dallas. I got you, Shelly. Give me your hand. I got you. Now it's your turn to do that for somebody else. In some way, in some fashion, in some capacity, like what I just said with Laura. Maybe it's on a small scale, right? Like a little bit, but it's accepting this role as I bring lightness to darkness. I eliminate the darkness with my light. Maybe you want to post a positive quote a day. Maybe you want to share about Reiki. Maybe you want to talk about alcoholism and what it was like. Or maybe you want to talk about being in a narcissistic relationship or being abused as a trauma of a child in a physically abusive relationship. Everyone has been through some shit. But if you do not share how you overcame it, how can you help anybody else who's going through it? So think about that. Okay? Because this card is, to me, one of the most beautiful cards. And I actually am going to read it to you. Because the willing release, and it's funny, I had a conversation with a woman today that I met on TikTok, and I just totally was vibing with her. She's a creator. She's verified. And we just, I was like, I like you. She's like, oh, I hope you're in New York. I'm like, I'm in New York. She literally lives 10 minutes away from me. That's freaking crazy. Billions of people, and she's down the road. So thank you, for social media for bringing people together. But we were talking, and when I said to her, I don't think people really understand what the word surrender means. And I thought I did, but I've only experienced true surrendering once in my life. A few times, a handful. Do you guys, can you think back to a time when you truly surrendered?
When I was giving birth, every time I gave birth, I always prayed to God and said, listen, it's in your hands. Whatever happens, happens. And, I'll take this journey that you're meant for us to be on. So I just surrender to him every time.
Yeah. Anybody else can think of a time when they surrendered?
When I was 18 and decided to go to rehab.
Rehab is a big one. You know what? I've not walked in that path, but I can only imagine really giving your life, help me. I'm here, right? Anybody else? When your husband left you, Peggy? Hi, Peggy. I see you. Wow, Diamond. I didn't see the chat going until now, so I apologize. Diamond says, this is exactly what I'm doing. I turned 30 in August, and I tell people 30 years, I call it my bloom year. I love it. So surrender is really letting go of the outcome. And the only time that I can truly say when I first understood surrendering was when AJ was born. And I was in that hospital, and I did not know if he was going to make it through the night. And I was helpless, and I was scared, and I was alone, and I knew I was powerless. I gave it to God. I gave it to the angels. And you're kind of at a position right now. This is not total surrender. This is a willing release. This is letting go of the need to control the outcome. This is letting go of everything that you've been holding on to, the suitcase. You probably have a bunch of suitcases you need to put to the side. It's a willing release, which means I'm willing to put it to the side for right now. Maybe I can't forget it. Maybe I don't want to forget it. Maybe it's too, it's just a part of me. But I'm willing to just put it away, put it off to the side just for a little bit. And I'm ready to let spirit give me something else. You see, the butterfly is the card of transformation. In order for you to truly transform, you have to be willing to let your current self go. It's not making this one, it's not like, well, I want to hold on to all of this, but then I want all that I want. No, you have to let the old version of you go for the new one to emerge. The willing release is a card that asks you to surrender and release to the divine plan. Release attachment to all forms, especially if something isn't what you expected, or something is disappointing, or is taking your happiness away from you. Some days you have to let go of your struggle to find the answers you seek. You need to focus on other things just for a little bit. Take your attention off of the train wreck that's staring in front of you. This doesn't mean giving up altogether or losing anything in the process. Remember, this is a co-creative partnership. It is with divine, and it is a give and take. Come on, Spirit. Now they're stealing my words. Come on, Spirit. It is so necessary to give, to receive. Damn, guys, you do your part in this. What are you willing to do? It is time for you to set your intentions. Get very clear. Communicate your desires. Take all necessary actions. Be the best that you can be, but surrender the form, the timing, and the how to your higher power. There is a divine plan for each of us. When acting on this, you are acting on faith. You may find that your intense desire for something will translate into feeling attachment. If you feel like you need this to be happy, you have not released and surrendered. Wow, that's something I said an hour ago. Right now, you must immerse yourself in the adventure that awaits you. Oh my God, are you kidding me? That this is a new experience. You must allow this plan to unfold, and as it will on your behalf. Spirit knows what you want. Do not interfere with the plan. Can you be open to receiving what is yours, even if it is not packaged in the form that you thought it should be in. Perhaps if you look a little deeper, you will see that you receive the perfect vibrational match to your most authentic wants, needs, and desires. For Spirit knows you better than you know yourself. You have to put in the work to find your desires just a little bit more clearer. I should have just read this card an hour ago. We would have been done. And felt them deeply engaged in your higher power. Now you must let go and see what transpires. This isn't always easy because you are impatient, but you are building a foundation to the rest of your life, and you need to trust in the divine. Surrendering will serve you right now. The truth is in your heart. Close your eyes. It might be difficult, but if you make a wish, Spirit has your back. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. The more that I try to mess things up and stir in the pot, you guys know I don't cook, right? Like the more I add a little of this, a little of that, yeah, my food tastes like shit. Simplicity is its purest, like sometimes making an egg, which is like the easiest thing to do, right? How many people can make good eggs? Sometimes going simpler. I think what the message I want to leave you with is it's not about speed. It's not about intensity, but it's about going deeper and really kind of like fine tuning who you are. You know, this Thanksgiving, I want you to see the potential. I want you to be grateful for everything that has led to this moment. And I want you to be excited for what's to come. You know, I honestly, I wake up every day and I say thank you for my tribe. Whether you're here for a week, whether you're here for a year or 5 years or whatever it may be, I truly am grateful that you found value in this community. And when someone leaves this community, I always say, thank you. I hope I've served you on your journey. And that's how I show up every day. I don't worry about the how. I don't worry about the numbers. I know the universe is going to bring me whoever needs this. And I think you guys need to adopt that a little bit too, right? When I started this journey, did I say, bring me Laura? Bring me, Susan. Did I even know who you were? Bring me Delilah. Bring me Zerai. Bring me Marissa. No. I just said, I have faith and I trust that if I build it and I give and I give and I serve and I wake up and each day, what am I going to do today? I'm going to serve. I'm going to serve some spirit on your ass. I am going to serve with power. I am going to serve with love. I am going to serve with honesty. Guess what? Spirit's going to give more than I could have ever asked for. So stop focusing on, I want this and I want this and I want that and I want this, and show up and serve. And I guarantee you, you will get all of that and then some. So I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing Thanksgiving. Would anyone like to say anything before we end our amazing Zoom? Because this was fun.
I just want to say I love you and I'm so happy to be a part of your tribe. And I'm so thankful that I found you and everybody else. And I just hope everybody has a great weekend.
I love you too. I love you all. I tell everybody that I'm like, oh no, I love I have so many friends. Meanwhile, like I have like no friends. I'm like, no, but it's my tribe. Like I literally feel like if I gave you a hug, you would feel the love that I have for you. You really would, because it's real. I hope you feel it through this computer. I hope you know it's real. Really quickly, we're going to Harry Styles this weekend, right? And my daughter Gabby is part of like the fan club. You know, she's like whatever. So she's made all these friends on like the fan club. And I guess like 5 or 6 of these girls have like become friends and they talk in a group. And one of the mothers was like, your daughter has all these online friends. I don't know. I think you should just like look into it. It's a little weird. I go, have you met her mother? Have you met me? Like, what? I'm like, that's not weird. That's normal in my house, in my world, that I can literally sit here and say, I love you to people I've never met. You know why I can say that? Because your energy speaks, it carries, it heals, and I feel it. You know what? The people that are not in my tribe, they're not a match. And that's okay. I don't want 900 people in my tribe. I want the right people in my tribe. Because you know what? It's not my tribe. It's your tribe. It's not my brand. It's our brand. It's our platform. We're all going to win. Don't think when Susan doesn't get her Reiki course, I'm not going to be promoting her ass until she's not even going to know what to do with it. So I want you to understand that you are so loved. You are so valued. I appreciate you so much. I hope you enjoyed this night. Very different from what we normally do. Maybe we'll have to make this like a once a month thing, but I won't keep you on for an hour and a half. I'm sorry. I get a little nervous and I talk a lot. And it's hard to talk at a computer screen when no one's talking back. It's kind of hard. Silence is not my thing, guys. So maybe I'll have one of you lead the Zoom next time or something. But wherever you're traveling to, have fun. Eat the damn cake. Eat it. Drink the wine if you choose to. Eat the turkey, eat the stuffing. Enjoy yourselves. You deserve it. You got a lot of work to do, and it's going to be fun, right? Rosario, you've been quiet. I don't think you said 2 words. Are you okay over there? Yeah? You enjoying it?
Yeah, it was just my first time here, so I wanted to see how it goes. And
what do you think?
I'm shy.
Where are you located in the world?
I'm in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Oh, awesome. Well, listen, I'm going to be in Florida in January, guys. I'm going to be in Orlando.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to have
that's a skip and a jump from here.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have to have a goddess meetup. So Peggy, I see you. You're on there. Diamond, how are you?
Welcome. You, Larissa.
How you doing, girl?
Hi, how are you?
Where are you located, Diamond?
I am in Virginia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Virginia,
nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, and Virginia.
I can't wait to tell you my story on how divine it was to actually be in your presence. It's so crazy. Like Anita, I was listening to one of her podcasts and you were on there, and ever since then, it's literally, I have like been on your tail pretty much. Like literally every like handle you have, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, everything. I have just literally been connected to you. I'm not sure of the reason why yet. I don't know. I feel like I'm just touching the surface on some of this. I don't even know where my life is going or what's happening. Kind of nervous, scared, all of the above, but I'm just here. And I feel like you are literally, I'm in the right place at the right time. Let me say that.
You know what? When I started this journey, I really didn't know who I was. But after 1 reading, 2 readings, hundreds of readings, I've become very secure in my role in this.
Yeah. I've never even had a reading. I really don't even know what a reading is.
So you've experienced a reading tonight, clearly, but like my role in this is a messenger between divine and your guides, my guides, your guides. And I am just this person that comes in, is going to guide you to your light. When I do this work, I literally feel spirit moves through me for you. So if I say something to you, it's not me. Like I've had readings with people and I don't even remember their names because I'm so in the energy. All right. So when I give a reading, it really is about hearing your heart, hearing your soul, helping you to get to where you got to go. So if you stick with me, I promise you, and Zerai can attest to this, you will grow, you will change. You're going to have some setbacks, right? You're going to stumble a little, but you have a whole tribe of people to pull you out of it. So we don't eliminate the stumbles, okay? Because the stumbles are actually the greatest opportunity for explosive growth.
Wow.
Every time you stumble, you will explode to the next level. I have been in a stumble for the last 6 months. You guys have literally watched me. Right, Deborah? We talked about this on our reading, right?
Yeah.
I stumble too. But you watch me trudge. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get through it. And then you start to build momentum. You start to go. And then before you know it, you are creating this explosive energy. And each time you get stronger for the next pitfall. Okay, right?
Thank you.
I'm just, is it okay? Do I have 5 minutes to share something with you guys? Are you guys ready to go? Are you like dying? You're hungry? Like do we need chocolate? Do we need cookies?
I'm on here, so go ahead.
So I've been feeling a little guilty. When my father died, it was 9 years ago. And he was diagnosed with cancer. He was gone 54 days later. It was traumatic. It was the first real death other than my grandmother. He was my world. And I felt like my heart was ripped out from underneath me. I didn't even know who I was anymore. It was like I lost my identity. I just didn't know how to function in the world. And this was my second spiritual awakening. And that is part of the reason why I dove into spirituality. To connect to him, to find him. Don't tell me my father is gone. He's not. I need to hear him. I need to see him. What happens, right? And I dove into this path. It was like all of a sudden I woke up and it was like the sun was gone. And I just needed to find it again. And I've been on this 9-year journey of spirituality and growth and healing and developing my gifts and supporting people. And now my mother gets sick. And I saw it very differently this time, almost like I knew she was going to die. And I knew I couldn't control it. I knew I couldn't stop it. So I had to do my best to help her transition. And after she died, I experienced peace. And I didn't experience that with my father. And it didn't mean that I accepted my mother's death or I want her to be gone, but I was at peace with it. And then I felt guilty that I was functioning, that I am functioning, that I'm okay. I just lost my mother. How can I be okay? I'm a horrible person. I'm a bad daughter. But I realized the person I was 9 years ago is not the person I am today. I was prepared for this. I've been studying for this. It doesn't mean it doesn't hurt. It just means I handled it better. You're going to have trauma. You're going to have pain. You're going to have tragedy. But damn it, you are going to be stronger so that you can get through it better. I remember the Thanksgiving after my dad died. I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't get out of the damn bed. And I will never forget Gabby. She came to me. She said, "Mommy, are you crying because Poppy's not here?" I said, "Yeah, Gabby, I miss him." She goes, "I miss him too, but I bet he's really happy." I said, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Well, it's his first Thanksgiving with Jesus and his mom and dad. That must be really cool." And I was like, wow. And that day, it got me out of bed. I was like, my father is at peace right now. And all day, when I didn't want to go to Thanksgiving dinner, I said, my father is with his mother, with his father, with Jesus. He's at peace. And honestly, I know we're all going through some shit. And I want you to think of that. And I'm sharing this story just because I felt like called to. But I keep thinking, my mother is with her mother. And that must be amazing. You know, yes, I'm sad. But grief is a bitch. Grief is something that nobody can prepare you for because there's no two grief experiences the same. So how can we learn from other people's grief? We can't. You only learn from each of your experiences. You know what I'm saying? Right? Everybody has a different level of a grief. And maybe you're grieving somebody that's here in the physical, right? They don't have to die to have grief. So let's replace the grief with joy. Let's just honor the fact that we have other people who are relying on us to be the light, to be the love. I'm about to go to Thanksgiving to my aunt's house who lost her daughter at 52 years old. And I'm going to sit, that's my mother's sister. She lost her daughter in March and she lost her sister in August. And you know what? At that table will be two little boys, 15 years old, with no mother. I'm going to show up and I'm going to make that day so freaking awesome. I'm going to tell jokes. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to eat the damn cake because those boys need to have a beautiful night. So if you can't do it for yourselves, do it for the other people who are not as strong as you. Yeah. I'm 45 and I miss my mother. I can't imagine being 15. I just can't. So if they're going to show up, I'm going to show up too. And you know what? We're going to get through it together. That's it. You've got to show up. So whatever you're going through, whatever pain you're dealing with, I want you to know that you're just going to put it aside. You're just going to put it down and you're going to have a beautiful weekend of love, family, laughter, and you're going to try to create an experience for your children as best as you can. Or is this too heavy? Are we feeling this? Like, are we getting what I'm putting down? I don't know. I'm getting a little deep. I'm sorry. I've been crying all day. Damn you. I hate to cry. You know, like, why can't you cry and be like pretty? My sister cries and I'm like, damn, like you're like freaking pretty when you cry. Like who the hell cries and is pretty? I'm like, whoa, you know, like I'm crying and I am ugly when I cry. Like it's just not pretty. But I know everybody's going to go through this Thanksgiving season and there's somebody missing. I know that, right? Who here is missing someone? There's not a single soul. So I want you to replace that with love. Do it for them. Do it for them. You can do it. I can do it. You can do it. All right, my beautiful friends, my beautiful tribe. I love you so, 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 so very much. Does anybody have any questions? We good? Do you feel served? Do you feel complete? Do you feel good to go and enjoy your weekend? Yeah?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you, Larissa.
This is beautiful.
Good to go.
All right. I love you guys. Don't spend too much money on Black Friday.
Nope. Love you to pieces. Love you, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.